Hi students, today we are going to discuss the answers for the mock test conducted on February 2nd, 2025. So the first question in zoology is metameric segmentation is the characteristic of. Option A, if you see, mollusca is an unsegmented organism. Platyhelminthes is pseudo-segmentation. So we should not use the word metamerism there. Echinodermata also is not segmented. So the option is D, Annelida and Arthropoda. Next question, biological organization starts with. When we consider the options, these two options might be looking more relatable. And among these two, below the cellular level, we have submicroscopic molecules which started the biological organization. So answer for this question is B. Next question, select the correct statements with reference to choroids. So when you take the statement A, presence of a mid-dorsal solid double nerve cord. We do not have double nerve cord, we have single nerve cord. Then second statement, presence of closed circulatory system. This is correct. And presence of paired pharyngeal gill slits. This is also correct. Presence of dorsal heart. No, we do have ventral heart. Then triploplastic is correct, but pseudocoelomate is wrong. We are true coelomate organisms. So out of this, option B, statement B and C are correct. And next question, the chief excretory waste of insects. This is a factual question. Answer is uric acid. Rana tigrina. So they are asking the characteristics of frog. Whichever options are suitable, we have to choose. It is ureotelic. Yes, it is ureotelic and it has mesonephric kidneys. This is also correct. And has uriniferous tubules, which is nothing but the nephrons. So this is also correct. And so the answer should be option D, has all of the above characters. The next question, choose the correctly matched pair. So first one, tendon is not specialized connective tissue and adipose tissue is loose connective tissue. Areolar tissue is, yes, correct, loose connective tissue, and cartilage is specialized connective tissue. Answer is option C. Next question, a long refractory period is found in. First let me tell you what is a refractory period is. This is when a neuronal axon is conducting the impulse, is generating and conducting the impulse between polarized state and depolarized state. You cannot let a new impulse in. So they will not accept a new impulse between polarized and depolarized between that period. So because already a impulse is being processed. So this is known as refractory period. Okay, like the neuron cannot be excited during that period. So answer for this question will be B option. Factual question, cardiac muscles is the answer. The next question, which of the following secondary metabolites are used as pigments? So when we analyze the option, carotenoids are pigment and anthocyanin is pigment. So option should be C, 1 and 4. The next question, select the incorrect match. Trypsin is enzyme is correct match. Collagen is not intracellular ground substance, it is intercellular ground substance. So in question they have asked us to match the incorrect one. Insulin is a hormone, this is also correct. Antibody is defense against infections. Answer is option B. The next question, purines found both in DNA as well as RNA. We take adenine and guanine, direct question. And next one, respiratory center in brain occurs in medulla oblongata, respiratory rhythmic center, RRC we will call. It is located in the medulla oblongata. And next question, read the following statement. So which are all the statements above are correct? We have to choose the correct statements here. First one, pulmonary volumes are measured using a spirometer. This is correct. And the second question, vital capacity of the lungs is, yes, inspiratory capacity plus expiratory reserve volume. This statement is also correct. The next one, The volume of air present in the lungs at the end of forceful expiration is functional residual capacity. This statement is wrong. This is residual volume. And the next statement, inspiratory reserve volume cannot be measured by spirometer. It is given. It can be measured by spirometer. So answer for this question will be option A. And next question, read the following statements and choose the correct option. Statement 1, the movement of air into and out of the lungs is carried out by creating a pressure gradient between lungs and atmosphere. This statement is correct. Expiration occurs when the intrapulmonary pressure is higher. Yes, positive pressure inside the lungs. It should be there. So both the statements are correct. Answer is option A. Next question, adult human RBCs are enucleated. Which of the following statements is or the most appropriate explanation for this feature? They do not reproduce is the first statement. They are somatic cells. And third one, they do not metabolize. And fourth statement is all their internal space is available for oxygen transport. Even though all statements look like the explanation, they are asking for the most appropriate explanation for this feature. It is answer only fourth statement. So answer is option D. Next question, 72 beats per minute. The heart beat rate of man is controlled by. So who will be controlling out of these options? SA node as well as AV node. Both can generate action potentials, but the beats are controlled by sinoatrial node. Next question, which one of the following is correct? Serum will be equal to blood plus fibrinogen? No. Lymph will not have RBCs. Plasma is blood minus lymphocytes? No. Then the suitable option is option C. Blood will be comprising of all these components. Next question, which of the following hormone is responsible for facultative reabsorption of water from distal parts of the kidney? So when you take about the hormones, it is very clear that vasopressin or ADH. Direct question. And the next question, the question is tubular reabsorption of water will be minimum in. So most of the reabsorptions of water as well as electrolytes will be done by PCT. So whichever is remaining here, the next contributor for reabsorption of water is DCT. So here they are asking where reabsorption is very minimum. So here option B is very minimum. Okay, so Henle's loop and collecting duct together they contribute to countercurrent mechanism and take back water as well as urea. So out of these options also very minimum water reabsorption is done by Henle's loop. Next question, identify the wrong statements. So first statement, Krebs Henselite takes place in liver. Yes, this is correct. Each gram of ammonia requires around 500 ml of water for its removal. Approximately this value can be taken. So this is also correct. Ammonia is the preferred excretory waste of animals laying shelled eggs. No. Shelled eggs organisms, if you take reptiles, birds, all those organisms. So the land animals, they do not prefer ammonia as the preferred waste material. So this statement is wrong. In human beings, uric acid is formed by the breakdown of purines. Yes, it is formed, but this is not the very increased amount of waste material. It is not the major waste, but it is formed. So out of these options, the wrong statement is option C. Next one, pelvic girdle in rabbit consists of. So the first one, option A is correct. Ileum, ischium and pubis. Okay, so if you take about these options, no, it does not form the pelvic girdle. Coracoid process, scapula, clavicle, all these are out of pelvic girdle. So option A is correct. Next question, saddle joint occurs between. This is also a direct factual question. Answer is option A, carpal and first metacarpal. Okay. The next question, hormone responsible for the secretion of milk after parturition? Direct question. Prolactin is the answer. And a temporary endocrine gland in human body is corpus cardiacum, corpus allatum. These two are the endocrine glands of cockroach. Corpus luteum, pineal gland. Out of this, temporary endocrine gland is corpus luteum. Next question. LH and FSH are collectively called. They are called as gonadotropins. Then, mammalian thymus is mainly concerned with. It is thymus when you are talking about the function controlled is immunological function. Okay. Secretion of thyrotropin? No. And regulation of body growth? No. These two will be functioning of hypophysis, and regulation of body temperature, it is hypothalamus. So, this function is correct. Option C is correct. The next question, 161. Which of the following hormones stimulate follicular development as well as secretion of estrogen by the growing follicle? Only when FSH is helping the follicular development, the developing follicle will secrete estrogen. Okay. Answer for this question is option C. Next one, the primary cause of sloughing off of endometrium accompanied by bleeding. Out of the options, when you take degeneration of corpus luteum, when corpus luteum is degenerating, progesterone will not be secreted anymore. So, if progesterone is not available, endometrium cannot be maintained. So, it will be removed by the process of menstruation. So, answer for this question is option C. Then the next question, surgical removal or cutting and ligation of the ends of oviduct is known as tubectomy. Direct factual question. The next one, read the following statements and we have to choose the statements which are correct. And always when you are attempting this kind of questions, that is like choosing correct statement, choosing incorrect statements, first in your question paper just make a note what actually they want. So whether they are asking us to find correct statement or incorrect statement, you just mark that out so that our concentration retained there. So coming back to this question, vasa efferentia are lined by motile cilia. Yes, it is correct. The second one, failure in descent of testis is called cryptorchidism. This is also correct. Then the third question, in females, labia minora fuses posteriorly to form a membranous fold perineum. No, this is not correct. And the last statement, the narrow end of oviduct that joins uterus is called infundibulum. No. So options A is correct. A and B fetus by amniocentesis. Amniocentesis is a procedure to find genetic disorders of fetus. So Klinefelter's syndrome, it's a chromosomal disorder, we can find it out. Sex of the fetus, of course it can be detected, but for detecting sex of the fetus, it is banned in our country. And Down syndrome also can be detected. So out of the options, jaundice cannot be detected by amniocentesis. So the answer is jaundice. The next question, artificial insemination means transfer of sperms of a healthy donor to a test tube. No. If the word insemination is used, it means it is let into the female reproductive tract. So into the test tube? No, it is. Transfer of sperms of husband to a test tube? Again, no. Artificial introduction of sperms of a healthy donor into the vagina. This statement is actually correct. Then last one, introduction of sperms of healthy donor directly into the ovary. This is wrong. So the option C is correct. The next question, which hormone is not mainly involved in the process of menstrual cycle? So out of the options, relaxin is not mainly involved. Next one, which of the following is a correct flowchart with respect to evolution of mammals? In our NCERT textbook, there is a flow chart like the diagrammatic representation of evolution of mammals, vertebrates is given. So in that, if you take about the correct sequence arranged here is, first it is synapsids, next pelycosaurs, then therapsids, and lastly mammals. So option A is the correct answer. Next question, find the true as well as false statement and choose the correct option. So in this particular, the first statement if you take, Darwin said that variations which are heritable and which make resource utilization better for few will enable only those to reproduce and leave more progeny. Reproductive fitness, yes, it is true. Second statement if you take, formation of new microbial species requires very little time. Yes, he was using feeding material change experiment, isn't it? So that required very little time, but for something to happen in a fish or fowl, the same thing if it is to happen in a fish or fowl, it would take millions of years since they have much longer lifespans. This is also correct. Third statement, according to Lamarckism, long-necked giraffes evolved because nature selected only long-necked giraffes. It is not due to Lamarckism. So, it is not the correct one. So, this statement will be false. Last one, most modern breeds of dogs have evolved through artificial selection. This is correct. So, option should be true, true, false and true. Option B is the right answer. Next question, ringworm infections can be caused by, these are fungal infections as we know. It is caused by microsporum, epidermophyton as well as trichophyton. Okay, Trichomonas vaginalis, it will cause a disease known as vaginitis. So the answer will be A option. Next question, the drugs that alter the person's thought, feeling and perceptions can be obtained from all except. So this kind of questions, kindly these words should not miss our notice. So it will, datura will give us hallucinating properties. Claviceps purpurea, this is the fungus from which we obtain the drug LSD. So this also has a hallucination property. And the next one, cannabis sativa, hemp plant, cannabinoids will be. So papaver somniferum if you take, they will not obtain hallucinating drugs. They are sedatives. Alright, so answer will be option D. The next question, which of the following vaccine is prepared by recombinant DNA technology using transgenic yeast? Direct question line from our textbook. Okay, so from transgenic yeast we are using rDNA technology is used to prepare hepatitis B vaccine. And next question, stirred tank bioreactors are designed for, what is the purpose of designing a stirred tank bioreactors? So the bioreactor is constantly stirred. For what purpose it has to be? The contents has to be in continuous motion, means for the availability of oxygen. So oxygen, air is pumped inside and it should be available throughout the process. So for that purpose only stirred tank bioreactors are designed for this. Okay, right. And purification of product cannot come because it is the next step, and addition of preservatives, no. For that also we have the next step, downstream processing step. And ensuring anaerobic condition, no, we are supplying oxygen, so it is aerobic conditions. Answer is option C. The next question, bioreactors can be thought of as vessels in which? Bioreactors, living organisms will be converting specific products, will be producing specific products. Okay, so if you provide the raw materials to the reactors, it will be biologically converting into specified products. This is the answer for this option, this question. And next one, the vector commonly used for sequencing human genome. So all three can be used as vector. For commonly used in HGP processes, yeast artificial chromosome. And next question, which of the following is not a cloning vector? So all these are cloning vectors. Be bacterial artificial chromosome, yeast artificial chromosome and PBR322. All these are cloning vectors, but probe is not. Okay, so this is our answer. Lambda phage vectors allow cloning of DNA fragments up to This question, of course, it is not from directly NCERT, but we ought to know about this. So, lambda-phage vectors will be cloning from 20 to 40 kb. So, the answer should be approximately 23. A next question. A giant rat is formed in the laboratory. What is the reason? The reason for this will be gene manipulation. In lab, we are trying it out, okay? So, apart from this, when you take gene mutation or manipulation, if you confuse yourself, this is a transgenic animal formed due to gene manipulation. Alright? So, it is not due to gene replication or gene synthesis, not due to these options. And next question. The first clinical gene therapy was given for treating. Very easy question, very important question from biotechnology and its applications chapter. The answer is option B, adenosine deaminase deficiency. The last question now. Study the following statements and select the option with incorrect ones. So the first statement, Herodin is an anticoagulant produced from transgenic Brassica napus. Yes, it is correct. So this statement is correct. Second one, 25 recombinant therapeutics worldwide have been approved for human use. It is not 25. I hope you remember the number. The number is 13. Next one, 12 recombinant therapeutics have been marketed in India. This statement is also correct. Fourth statement, BT toxins are extracellular crystalline proteins. No, they are intracellular crystalline proteins. Statement, transgenic food may cause toxicity and produce allergy in human beings. Yes, it may cause. So that we have not completely shifted to transgenic food so far. Okay, so answer for this question, which we have to choose the ones with incorrect ones, is option A, which has the statement 2 as well as 4. Hope you all have done your test well. Thank you. All the best.